Okay, well, today is slightly different. The videos you're going to get today is about has it worked? So we're asking all week, does it work? Does youth work work? Well, today I have been a youth worker for many years. I'm not at the moment, but for many years I was. So what I've done is I've tracked down young people that I worked with over 15 years ago and asked them the question, did it make any difference? Was it worth it? So Ed, great. Thank you so much for joining us today. Ed, tell us a little bit about, obviously it was more than 15 years ago. I'm hoping you'll still remember it. What do you remember about engaging with? What did you come along to youth work wise that you enjoyed? What does that look like? What do you remember?
So I was very fortunate to kind of be at the beginning of our Ignite days. And when we started off way back in a small little room, and it was actually probably more social where we could have more close, intimate chats, and amazing cheese and ham toasties, which is probably one of the best things. But I think initially when you're starting to get to know people and being able to kind of have those chats with people that are, of the same age, but also people that can relate to you as well. So those were probably the best bits to start off with. And then when we moved to Harrow, things got bigger, and there was a lot more to do, but a lot more people involved, and a more variety of people. So I think the kind of life skills sessions, the games, I think, and just the kind of the atmosphere was really great to be able to talk to people. And I think people don't. A lot of people did get to see the kind of effect that you had, mate, and just the energy that you brought, which was great. I think when you're working with young people, a lot of it is about energy. A lot of it is about the way you approach them. I think you kind of had that nailed down to a T, and I think I saw that in a lot of the kind of other youth workers that we were kind of lucky to have. So definitely, I think definitely the group discussions, like the life skills, really helped because that kind of put everyone on a level playing field, and it was more like this is what everyone could relate to, and what everyone was working with because we all come from, although we were all different individually, the fact that kind of everyone was looking and talking about the same thing really helped.
Interesting. Okay, and then what about this? This is a big question. So 15 years has gone by. You've done all kinds of things, and at the end of this, I'm going to ask you about what your career is, so people can try and work out from your clothes and the way you is. What does he do? It's like a quiz. But important question: do you think it made any difference? Do you think the things you got involved with back then? Do you think your life has been different at all? And if it has, like, what do you think the benefits were?
Yeah, massively, massively, massively. So I was very fortunate that I got into Ignite at quite a young age, and I think it makes a massive difference because you engage with people who aren't from your same kind of ethnic background, who aren't from your area, who are very different, and have very different lifestyles. And we were very lucky. I think youth work as a whole allows that to happen in an area which is safe. You get to do the same things as everyone else does. No one is above or lower. There isn't a difference. You're all the same. Everyone gets treated the same. You get the same food. Everyone enjoys the same ham and cheese toasties. Everyone enjoys the same squash, and we play the same handball. It was brilliant, and I think if I hadn't have had that, my circle would be very small. I think, and it doesn't affect all Asians, but I think within the Asian community, they tend to stick with each other, which is very kind of close and tight, and your friends group is quite small and tight. Whereas I was very fortunate that I had different people who were white and who were Muslims and who were black, come from different countries. So that's massively helped kind of my social interaction with people and my ability to kind of talk to everyone from all sorts of different ages, to different people, with disabilities, social learning, all sorts of things, all sorts of people. And I think that's really helped me, and especially in my role, which you're probably about to find out soon.
What about your? So that's nearly your outlook in your social environment. How about you? Do you think it impacted either, I don't know, things like your confidence, your ability to actually deal with the situation? I'm kind of prying in. Do you think it did have any effect in those areas, or not?
Yeah, I think you've got to know. So I was the fact that I had the ability to talk to so many different people definitely gives you the confidence to approach people differently. I was fortunate enough to get on the apprenticeship as well, which helped massively to kind of build my confidence. But I think you've got to look at youth work as a tool to help young people, in a sense of there's no pressure from family, there's no pressure from outside. It's just it's a safe space where young people can come and express themselves, and want to just get involved with things that they might not normally do, and talk to people they might not normally talk to. So for me, it's definitely helped me just kind of grow as a person throughout the years, 15 years, if you like, of just kind of being able to deal with situations and look at people in a light that I might not have usually looked at.
Interesting. Okay, well, it's time to find out. Thank you so much, Ed. Again, it's always inspiring to hear people's journeys and where they're going and gone and all that kind of stuff. But for anyone that was trying to figure it out, obviously put it in the comments below if you were. But let's reveal what 15 years later, from a young, how old were you when you first joined?
I was probably 15, yeah, 15 and 16.
After being 15. Look, you're well old. You're nearly as old as me. You really caught me up. What did you lead in? What career are you doing now?
I am a police officer on the response line.
Well, thank you for all your work over COVID, and obviously all the police officers that are doing some amazing work, putting themselves at risk, not only on their normal day-to-day with safety, but also through COVID, like our NHS staff. Thanks so much for everything you're doing. I hope that's been interesting. Again, today we are going to be listening to people answering the question of, has it made the difference? So hope that was interesting. Thanks, Ed, and I'll see everyone soon.